Hi friends, welcome to IAS with Santosh. In today's session, we will cover most important current affairs for UPSC Prelims 2027 for the June week 1. My name is Santosh Pandey. I have cracked UPSC Prelims 6 out of 6 times and I mentor aspirants for UPSC Prelims examination. So first we'll start with economy. Here my intention is to highlight important current affairs which are relevant for UPSC Prelims examination 2027. So be very attentive. So first topic is India has slipped to 7th position in global stock market capitalization. So first of all, we must understand what is stock market capitalization. It is basically the sum total of the value of all the companies which are there listed in the stock market. Okay, so you can see 1 year before India's position was 5th, but in last 2-3 months, India's position has fallen to 7th. South Korea and Taiwan has overtaken India in stock market capitalization. What is the reason for this? The reason for this is, first of all, there is a weak performance of Indian equities. Indian equities in the last 2 years have not performed. Most of the stocks, they are stagnant. The prices are not rising. Second, guys, foreign portfolio investors are taking money out of India and they are investing in companies like the AI companies of America and South Korea and Taiwan. Since India does not have any AI company and nowadays there is an AI rally. AI rally means most of the stocks which are AI theme stocks, like we have the Nvidia in America. Similarly, we have Samsung, and even we have the Taiwan, we have the TSMC. Okay, these companies are AI companies and there is a rally in stock prices of these companies. In 1 year only, they are rising 30, 40, 50, 50, even 100%. That is why, guys, their stock market capitalization is rising and India's stock market capitalization is stagnant. So they have overtaken India. Why this topic is important? Because if you see in 2025 prelims examination, there was a question on stock market capitalization. Okay, you should remember that we have one regulatory body which is SEBI. SEBI basically regulates stock market. So you should know what is SEBI, what is the role of SEBI. SEBI is also a statutory authority. Okay. Next topic is Monetary Policy Committee has retained the repo rate. So recently Monetary Policy Committee of RBI has unanimously decided to keep the repo rate unchanged at 5.25%. So why this is important, guys? Recently India has been facing the problem of inflation because of the Iran war. Because of the Iran war, crude oil prices are rising and we are facing for a problem called imported inflation. Means we are importing crude oil, so crude oil prices are rising, so we are importing inflation. On the other hand, guys, economic growth is slowing down. Economic growth is slowing down, so this is a very peculiar situation where economic growth is slowing down and inflation is rising. This is called stagflation. So guys, stagflation is a difficult situation for any central bank to manage, because if you manage inflation, economic growth will hamper, and if you manage economic growth, then inflation will not be managed. Okay, so this is a very peculiar situation. So government has decided, so RBI has decided that to keep the repo rate as same. So what is repo rate? Repo rate is basically the interest at which RBI lends to the commercial banks. Okay, so rate at which RBI lends money is called repo rate. So when the RBI increases the repo rate, borrowing becomes expensive. Okay, when RBI increases the repo rate, borrowing becomes expensive. So obviously, guys, what will happen? That there will be decline in supply of money and inflation will start reducing. On the other hand, if RBI reduces the repo rate, borrowing becomes cheaper, and when borrowing becomes cheaper, okay, there will be more supply in the of money in the market. So in this case, if the inflation goes very high, then in the coming quarters, what will happen is RBI will have to increase repo rate. So you should know what happens when RBI increases the repo rate or decreases repo rate. This is very, very important. Here you should also prepare what is Monetary Policy Committee. Multiple times in UPSC PYQs, they have asked question on Monetary Policy Committee. It is a committee which is established under the RBI Act. It is responsible for determining the policy rates. Okay, so this is a 6-member committee which is headed by the chairperson of the RBI. Okay, so this is very, very important. The governor of RBI is the chairperson of this committee. Okay, and we also have 3 external members which are appointed by the government to this committee. Okay, so this is very important. The committee is responsible for inflation targeting. Okay, flexible inflation targeting, which was started in 2016 by amending the RBI Act. Under this, the MPC has been mandated to maintain inflation 4% plus minus 2%. Okay, so this is CPI. This is CPI, Consumer Price Index. So this is the target, okay, which is very, very important. Okay, every 5 year the target will be can be reviewed by the government. So recently RBI, okay, the government has again kept the same target for the RBI Monetary Policy Committee. So please do have a look at it. Next topic is, guys, Government of India has decided to drop capital gains tax for foreign investors who are investing in government bonds. So guys, as I have told you, that what is happening is that foreign investors, they are basically taking their money out of India. They are taking their money out of India. Why they are taking money out of India? Because obviously Indian equities are not performing, and since they are taking money out of India, what is happening is rupee is under pressure. So whenever, guys, foreign investors will pull out money out of the country, rupee will be under pressure. Recently you must have seen that rupee touched 96, okay, 96 rupees per dollar. So there has been sharp decline in the value of rupee. So in order to contain this, we have to attract foreign investors. But one of the main challenge why investors are not eager to invest in India is high taxes. So now government has decided that government will remove the capital gain tax on foreign portfolio investors who are investing in government securities. That will attract foreign capital in the country, and that will help to bring dollars, and that can, okay, stop the fall of the Indian rupee. Okay, so previously, guys, you know that the taxes, okay, the taxes were around 12.5%, which is the long term capital gain tax, and for the short term capital gain tax, okay, it is around 30%. So now what government has decided that they are going to basically remove all taxes, okay, all taxes from, okay, investments in government bonds. So foreign investors who are investing in government bonds, they will not be required to pay the capital gains tax. Okay, this is really very important. Who are foreign portfolio investors? Foreign portfolio investors are those investors which are investing in financial instruments like shares, bonds, equities, etc., etc. Okay, so this is really very, very important. One difference you should know, that FPI versus FDI. Okay, FDI basically is for what? It's a taking control of the company. That is called FDI. When you take control of the company, when the foreign investors will invest in Indian companies and they will take control, then it is called what? FDI. But FPI is what? Without acquiring the management control. If you invest in equities and bonds, that is called FPI. FPI is hot money. Hot money is they can take the money out anytime they want. Okay, so it is very fragile. Okay, so government has decided that it is going to reduce or remove the withholding tax. Withholding tax is the tax which foreign investors pay when they invest in Indian bond market. Okay, so you can see here, now after this new tax rate, the new tax rate, you can see here, interest from income securities, okay, interest income from securities, it will be taxed at 0. Short term capital gain will be taxed at 0, and long term capital gain will also be taxed at 0. Okay, so this is important, please have a look at it. This is really very important. The reason is government wants foreign capital to come to India. Why government wants foreign capital? As I have told you, that rupee is under pressure. Okay, next topic, guys, wholesale price index. So guys, Department of Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade, which is called DPIT, has released the revised wholesale price index with the new base year 22-23. You know, guys, recently the base year for many of the government estimates have been changed. For example, GDP, okay, their base year also has been changed. IIP, their base year has been changed. CPI, their base year has been changed. So similarly, guys, WPI also, this Department of Industry and Internal Trade, they have come out with the WTI with the new base year. Okay, so this new base year, okay, Government of India has introduced basically to reflect the present basket of goods. Okay, present basket of goods, so that the data is more accurate. Okay, one more thing you should know is that there is a difference between, okay, CPI and WPI. Okay, what is the difference? Guys, CPI will have both goods and services. Goods and services. Okay, it is basically consumer. What the prices which consumer feel. Okay, feel. WPI is what? Wholesale price. Okay, so this is released by, okay, you can see here, Office of Economic Advisor, DPIIT. Okay, and this is released, CPI is released by what? The okay, Ministry of Statistics. Ministry of Statistics. We have the NSO. Okay, so this you should know. Also, guys, government have decided that in the coming years we will move to PPI. We will move to PPI. So from WPI we should move towards PPI. What is PPI? PPI is Producer Price Index. Okay, so you should know difference between WPI and PPI. Guys, you know most of the developed nations, including America, Europe, and even China, they use PPI. PPI is basically Producer Price Index. Okay, so this is the price which is received by producers. This is more okay, better. It's a better indicator of inflation. It is a better indicator of inflation. Okay, so PPI also you should have a look at it. Okay, one thing you should remember, guys, that RBI, okay, for repo rate, okay, target, okay, repo rate target looks at CPI, okay, 4% plus minus 2. Okay, so RBI has, okay, the policy rates of RBI has nothing to do with WPI or PPI. It has to do with CPI. So this is very, very important. A lot of questions have already come on difference between WPI and CPI. Next, they can ask you the difference between WPI and PPI. One more difference between WPI and PPI is WPI is only goods, but PPI is for goods and services both. Okay. Next, guys, index of industrial production. So, guys, this week India's index for industrial production grew by 4.9% in the month of April. Okay, under the revised series of 2022-2023 base year. So, guys, as I was telling you that base year, okay, base year for GDP has changed 2022 2023. Then IIP has also changed again 2022 2023. Okay, this is very, very important. Base year change, you can expect question on the base year change. So this IIP is published by Ministry of Statistics, okay, the Central Statistical Office. Okay, so you should have a look at it. Basically it will tell how like industrial production is taking place in the country. That will tell about this. Okay, so have a look at it. Next, if you see remittances, you know, guys, since rupee is under pressure, and one of the ways we can stop the fall of rupee is when we have dollars coming into the country. Okay, when dollars will come into country, so rupee fall will stop. So one of the sources of dollar is remittances. So remittances is becoming very, very important. But you know, because of the West Asia crisis, even remittances can get impacted because India, most of the Indians, they are working in West Asia, and if the West Asia is undergoing through this war and all, so many people may lose job and they may lose income. So the remittances which are coming to India may get impacted, and this will again impact the rupee. So now we are also worrying about the remittances. You know, guys, India is having the largest recipient of remittances in the world. This is very important. You should have a look at it. You know, guys, one more thing, remittances, okay, they come under what? Current account. Current account. Okay, so UPSC has asked once that remittances comes under which account. You know, guys, we have something called balance of payment. Balance of payment has what? Both current account and capital account. Okay, so current account, this remittances comes under current account. Generally what happens, guys, we have a current account deficit, and this current account deficit is basically financed through the capital account, because in capital account we are surplus because we get lot of foreign portfolio investments. But nowadays what is happening, foreign portfolio investments are declining. On the other hand, the current account deficit is rising. Why current account deficit is rising? Because trade deficit is rising. Why trade deficit is rising? Because we import crude oil. 88% of our crude oil consumption is imported from outside, and oil prices have increased from $60 to around $100. So you can see there is a jump of around 50% in the prices of crude oil. So obviously our okay, import bill has increased, which has led to increase in current account deficit. And whenever current account deficit rises, there is a pressure on Indian rupee. So to contain this pressure on Indian rupee, we have to focus on more and more dollars into the country, and that is why you can see government has given a rebate on foreign investment, and now we are concerned about the remittances also. So guys, before we move to the next subject, I would like to tell that every day I am creating 10 most important MCQs in our test series, which is Lakshya 2027. If you solve these 10 important MCQs throughout the year, okay, you will have very high chance of cracking the prelims examination next year, because these 10 MCQs are prepared by linking PYQs and current affairs. This is really very, very important. Okay, so have a look at it. Okay, next guys, defense. In defense, we have three topics this week. First is the Joravar light tank. So guys, the government of India, okay, particularly, okay, the defense organization, DRDO and Larsen and Toubro, they have indigenously developed this tank. Okay, they have developed this tank. This is a light tank. This is a light tank, battle tank, which can be used in Himalayan region, which can be used in Himalayan upper latitude, higher altitude. You can see higher altitude operation, particularly along the India-China border. It is a highly mobile armored platform. So guys, generally in UPSC, they will ask simple question. What is Zoravar? It's a light tank. It is a light tank, which is generally used in higher altitudes of Himalayas. Next guys, Rudra missile. What is Rudra missile? It is air to surface missile. It is air to surface missile. This is very important. Rudra missile is what? Air to surface missile. Okay, and it is having a unique feature. That unique feature is anti-radiation missile. What is anti-radiation missile? Anti-radiation missiles are those missiles that can detect, track, and destroy enemy radars. Okay, so generally what happens, guys? There are enemy radars which track the missiles. Okay, so this Rudra missile, this Rudra missile will basically track all the enemy radars and they will destroy it. Okay, so the range of Rudra missile is around 300 kilometers and it can achieve a speed of Mach of 5.5, which is a hypersonic speed category. Okay, so Rudra M also they can ask you simple. See, such questions are direct questions. Okay, direct one-liner question. So it's an indigenously developed, okay, it is an indigenously developed air to surface missile. Air to surface missile generally in aircraft. Okay, we will basically launch this from an aircraft. Okay, so this is important. Please have a look at it. Next guy is Chief of Defense Staff. So General Subramani has taken charge of CDS. You know guys, Chief of Defense Staff is the highest kind of position as far as military is concerned. Okay, so whoever is the CDS, he is also the Secretary of Department of Military Affairs, which is under the, okay, Ministry of Defense. Okay, so Ministry of Defense has various departments. One of the department is Department of Military Affairs. So CDS is the highest ranking military officer in the country and he acts as the principal advisor on military affairs to the government of India and the Raksha Mantri. Okay, so this is very, very important. He also works as the Secretary to Department of Military Affairs under the Ministry of Defense. He is also the permanent chairman of Chief of Staff Committee. Chief of Staff Committee. This is very important. He is primus inter pares, first among equals among all the service chiefs. He is a four-star general. Okay, and his order of precedence is 12th in India. Okay, so you can prepare what are the functions of CDS. CDS function basically is what? To bring jointness in Army, Navy and Air Force operations. Okay. He is also the member of, what? The Defense Acquisition Council. Defense Acquisition Council is headed by Minister of Defense. Okay. So he's a member of that. So now coming to science and tech. In science and tech, we have two topics or three topics only. One is the SPF. Okay, SPF basically, guys, SPF, okay, is a measure of UV protection. Okay, so sunscreens, when you buy sunscreen, it will have an SPF number. It will have a SPF number. SPF number stands for what? Sun protection factor. So before we understand what is SPF, we have to understand ultraviolet radiation. Guys, the sun radiation consists of visible light which we can see through our eyes, and it also has ultraviolet radiation. Ultraviolet radiations are low frequency radiation which are there in sun. Okay, which are there in sun, which we can't see. Why we can't see? Because the, okay, the wavelengths are very short. The wavelengths are very short. So ultraviolet radiations is a form of electromagnetic radiation which are emitted by sun, and they are also artificially emitted through tanning beds, UV lamps, nail dryers, and even dermatologists use various equipments which emit UV rays. So UV rays are basically emitted naturally by sun and also artificially by tanning beds, UV lamps and nail dryers. Okay, it's a shorter wavelength than the visible light. That is why we are not able to see through our eyes. Okay, but they are longer than X-ray. So X-ray, then we have UV ray, then we have the visible light. Okay, so this is the wavelength. Okay, you should know. So human skin can absorb UV ray and there can be some kind of infections and even skin cancer can happen because of UV ray exposure. Therefore, we use sunscreen. Okay, and sunscreens basically protect our skin from UV radiation. Okay, so the quality of sunscreen is basically known through the SPF factor. SPF factor is sun protection factor. It measures the level of protection a sunscreen can provide against ultraviolet B radiation. So guys, ultraviolet radiations are of different types. There can be ultraviolet radiation A, ultraviolet radiation B. Okay, so this sunscreens generally they protect through the ultraviolet radiation B. Okay, you should know this. So generally the most common sunscreens they are having SPF 30 or SPF 50. Okay, so SPF 30 basically stands for what? It stands that it allows the skin to tolerate 30 times more UV exposure than before the sunburn. Okay, so you should little bit, if you use sunscreen and all, you should know what is sun protection factor. Next guys, mega science project. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so recently guys, Mega Science Vision 2035 report on climate research has been published by Indian Institute of Science. Okay, this is prepared under the guidance of Office of Principal Scientific Advisor. So what is Mega Science Vision? Mega Science Vision is a nationwide consultative exercise which is undertaken by Office of Scientific Advisor to prepare long-term roadmaps for major scientific projects. Okay, so guys, there are some projects which are mega science projects. There are some projects which are mega science project, which are like many countries are part of it. So India is also part of many mega science projects. These projects are Large Hadron Collider, which is at the CERN facility. Next is the facility for anti-proton and ion research, which is FAIR. Then India-based neutrino observatory, International Thermonuclear Experiment Reactor. This question has come multiple times. Then Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, which is LIGO. Then 30-meter telescope, Square Kilometer Array. So there are various mega science projects. These are mega science projects. I would like to request every one of you, please prepare all these mega science projects because UPSC is asking question on mega science project. Okay, so the Office of Scientific Advisor, Principal Scientific Advisor, who is direct advisor to the Prime Minister. Okay, this office is under Cabinet Secretariat. Okay, so under this office they are carrying out this mega science vision exercise. Okay, and this basically they are doing consultation with all the people, science people in the country, and this consultation is done for 6 major areas: high energy physics, nuclear physics, astrophysics, accelerator science, climate research, and ecology and environmental science. Okay, so I'm expecting one question on this. Please have a look at it. What is mega science vision? Remember, it is under the Office of Principal Scientific Advisor, and these are the mega science projects. You should definitely have a look at it. Next guys, Large Hadron Collider. As I was telling you, this was also a mega science project. So in a year you will see that at least 2 or 3 articles will come on Large Hadron Collider. You know guys, the Higgs boson or the God particle, Higgs boson or the God particle was basically found here only. Large Hadron Collider. So recently there was a study published that they have reported smallest known droplet of quark gluon plasma that existed okay just after the Big Bang. Okay, so in this Large Hadron Collider they have found this quark gluon plasma. So what is quark gluon plasma? Quark gluon plasma is an extremely hot and dense matter composed of quarks and gluons. Quarks and gluons are what? They are basically fundamental constituents of matter, subatomic particles. Subatomic particles. So this is having the quality of a kind of fluid. Quality of a fluid. Okay, so not that important as far as UPSC prelims is concerned, because UPSC will not go such deeper, but you should know what is quark, what is gluon. These are basically fundamental constituent of matter. These are fundamental constituent of matter, and quark gluon plasma is a state which is fluid, okay, where these two particles come together, okay. Large Hadron Collider, I have told you, it is world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator. Here only Higgs boson was discovered, okay. So this is very, very important. Please prepare CERN and Large Hadron Collider. Okay, now coming to environment. In environment, we have four topics. The first topic, the most important one for next year prelims examination, is Simlipal Tiger Reserve. Guys, Simlipal Tiger Reserve is the only tiger reserve in India which has black tiger or melanistic tiger. Guys, why this black tiger is found in Simlipal? One of the main reason is the mutations. Why mutation has happened? One of the main reason is isolation. Guys, whenever there is an isolated population, there will be inbreeding. There will be inbreeding. And whenever there is inbreeding, there will be some kind of mutation. So because of this isolation and because of this inbreeding and mutation, the park has unique tigers which are called melanistic tiger or black tiger. So you should also know, okay, where is this Simlipal Tiger Reserve? Simlipal Tiger Reserve is in the state of Odisha. It is in the state of Odisha. This again, I'm telling, it is the only tiger reserve in India which has melanistic tiger, which has melanistic tiger. Okay, so government of India has decided that they will bring tiger from other parks. Okay, for example, they have brought tiger from, okay, Maharashtra, state of Maharashtra. The name of the tiger was Jeenath. So they brought this tiger from Maharashtra, Jeenath tiger, into Simlipal because they will, okay, increase the diversity, genetic diversity of tiger, because when this tiger will breed with another tiger there, okay, so they will increase the genetic pool of the population of Simlipal, and it can save the population. Otherwise, if the population remains isolated and if the mutation keeps on happening, then these tigers will die because of some disease or something like that. Whenever there is inbreeding, slowly that species will go extinct. Okay, keep this in mind. Okay, because slowly what will happen, their resistance to disease will decrease, their fertility will decrease, their ability to adapt will decrease, and overall survival rates will decrease and they will die. So in order to stop this inbreeding, in order to stop this isolation, okay, they brought this zenith tiger from Maharashtra. So recently this was in news. You should know where is Simlipal located. Simlipal is also located for tribes. Let me see how many of you can know which tribe is found in Simlipal. Also, I would like to know which river flows through Simlipal. Okay, so let me see how many of you can answer. Next, Kaziranga National Park was also in news. You know, guys, why I'm discussing these protected areas, because every year one question definitely comes on protected area. Even in 2026 prelims, they have asked one question on Madhav National Park. So, guys, recently there was a survey that in Kaziranga National Park, okay, there is a, okay, high, okay, high kind of number of raptors, okay, and storks found. So eagles, okay, basically raptors, they include what? Eagles, falcons, owls, vultures, okay. So this Kaziranga National Park has high density of raptors. This is very, very important, okay. So, and they also have storks. What are storks? Storks are large, long-legged wading birds. What are storks? Long-legged wading birds which can wade in wetlands and floodplains. You know, guys, Kaziranga, okay, the river Brahmaputra flows through Kaziranga. Okay, so this is a good habitat for the storks. This is a very good habitat for the storks. Okay. Also, guys, this Kaziranga National Park is the one of the prime location for Pallas fish eagle. Pallas fish eagle. Pallas fish eagle. Pallas fish eagle. Okay. So raptors. Okay. Various kinds of raptors are found here. Okay. For example, you can see here Himalayan Giffon vulture. Okay. Then we have white-tailed eagle. So various kinds of eagles are found here. Okay. You can have a look at it, but the most important eagle is the Pallas fish eagle. You can have a look at it. Kaziranga, guys, I have told you it is one of the most important protected area in the country. It is also recognized as important bird area by BirdLife International. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is also a tiger reserve. Okay, you know guys, this is having one of the largest population of great one horn rhino. Okay, so this is known for greater one horn rhino, one of the largest population of great one horn rhino, but not the highest density of great horn rhino. Highest density of great horn rhino is found in Pobitara, that is also in Assam. Okay, so please prepare Kaziranga. This is really very important. Next, E85 fuel, guys. E85 fuel, government has now given permission for E85 fuel. E85 fuel is what? Basically ethanol plus petrol. So here 85% will be ethanol. Here 85% will be ethanol and 50% will be petrol or gasoline. Okay, so you know guys, generally the right now most of the vehicles which are found in India is having E20. India has already achieved E20 target. You know, we have an ethanol blending target. Ethanol blending target of E20 we have already achieved. You can see ethanol blending target. It was an initiative started by government of India which was aimed at promoting ethanol, which is a cleaner fuel. So this is implemented by Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. So the target of E20, which was by 2025, 2026, okay, has been already achieved. Okay, this is very, very important. Now we are also allowing E85. Okay, so have a look at it. Next, summer air pollution. Guys, generally we think that it is the winter months which are having the pollution problem. So you know guys, every winter, okay, we have this pollution problem in NCR. But recently what we have seen, even in summer, okay, in the month of June, we saw that PM10 level and ozone levels were very high in New Delhi. The level was such high that we had to impose the graded action plan stage 1 to combat summer air pollution. So we should know what is the difference between summer air pollution and winter air pollution. Guys, generally in winter, okay, what happens, why the pollution levels are high? Because of lower temperature and lower wind speed, we see a phenomenon which is called temperature inversion. Okay, we see a phenomenon called temperature inversion. So what happens in the winter months? The ground is very cold. Since the ground is very cold, the air above the ground also gets cooled very fast and it becomes heavy. So all the pollution gets trapped here. Okay, so because of lower temperature, because of lower wind speeds, the pollutions get trapped and there is very high pollution in the winter months. Okay, smog formation takes place. Okay, and fog also is very high. Okay, but in summer we have a different kind of pollution. What is the pollution in summer? In summer we have pollution which is basically ozone pollution. Okay, ozone pollution is rising in summer. Why ozone pollution is rising in summer? Because guys, what happens is that in summer, because of high temperature and sunlight, we see that, okay, ozone gets, okay, produced whenever the NOx, whenever nitrous oxides, okay, which are emitted by vehicles, they come in contact with VOC, means volatile organic compounds, which are released by factories. They form ozone. Okay, so tropospheric ozone or ground level ozone is not emitted directly from factories, but they are created by chemical mixture of NOx, which is oxides of nitrogen, which are emitted by vehicle exhaust, and volatile organic compound which are emitted by industries like paint industries, solvent industries. So this generally requires high temperature and sunlight, which is more in summer. So in summer we see ozone pollutions are higher because we have hot, clear sky, sunny days. Also guys, in summer we have high levels of PM10. Why we have high levels of PM10? Because of dust storm. In summer guys, dust storms are very high in Delhi. These dust storms originate in West Asia and in Thar Desert. Okay, so in winter basically we have PM 2.5, in summer we have PM 10 and ground ozone. Okay, this is the difference between summer and winter pollution. This is very important. You can expect a question on this. Guys, here I would like to tell you that this is the number of my team. You can connect with my team if you want my prelims guidance for 2027 prelims examination. Okay, so this is the program which I was telling you. Every day I'm giving daily targets. I'm giving you daily quiz. This quiz is really very important, guys. It is daily quiz. I'll be giving around 30 have a 700 MCQs and approximately 4000 MCQs. These MCQs are predicted questions. Daily I'm analyzing PYQs and current affairs, and then only I'm framing question. This year you can go and check our website. Many of my predictions have directly come in the exam. Then we have weekly test, we have PYQ analysis, which is very unique. Okay, very few test series in the country will give you PYQ analysis. I'm giving you 25 years of PYQ analysis, and I will be also giving you the predicted test at the end, 10 high quality UPSC standard full length test before the exam. Okay, and also I will be giving you CSAT guidance and some crux notes before the exam for quick revision. Next is geography, guys. In geography we have only two topics. First topic is copper. Recently Prime Minister has said that this Sterlite green copper plant is of national interest for India. You know guys, Sterlite factory, which was a copper factory in Tamil Nadu, okay, there was some problem, okay, in the past. Again guys, now this government is focusing on production of copper in the country. You know guys, copper is a critical metal which will be used in green energy transition. So you know that we are moving towards net zero, and in net zero we are moving towards renewable energy, and renewable energy requires storage of electricity, and this storage of power can happen through various battery systems which will require copper. So copper demand is going to rise. You know, India has become net importer of copper after the 2018 factory shutdown in the Tutukodi, Tamil Nadu, which was a factory Sterlite copper plant which was shut down in 2018. Okay, so this is very important. Copper is really a critical mineral, very important. I will say copper is really very important. Okay, so in India, major copper mines are there in Madhya Pradesh. You can see Malajkhand copper project is one of the most important and largest copper project. Then we have in Khetri in Rajasthan. Then we have Shingbum in Jharkhand, Rakha copper mine in Jharkhand. Then we have the Surda copper mine in Jharkhand. Then Kenadi Ghatsila copper mine in Jharkhand. Okay, Banwas copper mine in Rajasthan. Kolihan copper mine in Rajasthan. Okay, so these are the copper mines in Rajasthan. I think these mines are really very important. You should definitely have a look at it. You can also prepare copper in the world. Okay, which are the countries where copper is prepared in the world? Okay, so you know we have Zambia. Okay, then we have Chile. Okay, so you should know in the world level also which are the countries which produce copper. Okay, and in India we have Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Jharkhand. In Madhya Pradesh, we have the Malajkhand. In Rajasthan, we have the Khetri. And in Jharkhand, we have the Singhbhum and Ghatsila. Okay. So this is very important. Copper, please prepare copper. Very important. You know, every year UPSC is asking one metal. UPSC has already asked lithium. Then they have asked nickel. Next time they can ask you copper. Next, guys, this monsoon. You know, guys, monsoon has arrived in Kerala. Okay, so onset of monsoon happens in Kerala. Onset of monsoon happens in Kerala in the first week of June. Okay, in first week of June. This year, guys, the onset was little bit late because of this year is an El Nino year. You know, guys, there is various kinds of predictions about El Nino. You know, El Nino is the warm phase of ENSO. Okay, warm phase of ENSO. So what happens in El Nino? You know, the temperature of the Eastern Pacific Ocean, okay, of the coast of Peru increases. Okay, and because of this, guys, what happens is that there is, okay, weakening of the trade wind, and there is accumulation of warm water along the coast of Peru, and there is a heavy flooding in the coastal regions of South America. And as far as India is concerned, this leads to less monsoon rain. There is a weakening of monsoon in India. So El Nino is not good for India because there is a drought like situation in El Nino. So this year the IMD has said that the rainfall will be 90% of the long term average. Okay, so this only 90% rainfall will be happening this year because of the El Nino. So definitely you should prepare what is the impact of El Nino on Indian monsoon. It is a negative impact. Okay, please prepare southwest monsoon. You know, guys, India's Okay, we have two monsoons, southwest monsoon and northeast monsoon. Southwest monsoon, okay, it's like this. Okay, we have two branches. Okay, so this branch basically hits Kerala in first week of June. Next, in international relation, there are many topics map related. Okay, the most important one is Beaufort Castle. Okay, guys, recently Beaufort Castle in South Lebanon has returned to focus because of the Israel-Hezbollah conflict. Okay, so this map location you should know, guys. There is an intense fighting going on in Lebanon. Okay, even Iran has threatened that if Israel does not stop, okay, fighting in Lebanon, then Iran is not going to back down. Okay, Iran is not going to accept the peace deal. So this is really very, very important, guys. The fortress, okay, the fortress which is occupying strategically important position overlooking northern Israel, the Litani River and the Bekaa Valley. Okay, so this before castle, okay, before castle, this is one place we should definitely have a look at it. Okay, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a UNESCO tentative list World Heritage Site. So such type of topics are important because UPSC has a habit of asking questions which are map related question. Please also prepare Litani River and Bekaa Valley. It is in Lebanon. Lebanon, guys, we have this armed group Hezbollah, which is fighting against Israel. Next, guys, you can see, okay, there is one group called AUKUS. You know, guys, AUKUS is a grouping or between US, UK, and Australia. Okay, it's a trilateral security arrangement between Australia, US, and UK. Basically, here America is going to support UK and Australia for the Indo-Pacific region to counter China. Okay, so America is going to supply nuclear powered submarines to Australia and UK. So AUKUS and Quad, many people get confused. So they are different. AUKUS is three or trilateral three country partnership, security partnership, which is having Australia, US, and UK. And Quad is having partnership of India, Japan, Australia, and US. India, Japan, Australia, and US. Okay, so these two are different. You should know this. Next, guys, Lake Chad region of Africa is in news because of Islamic, okay, jihadist. You can see here, okay, previously this Lake Chad region was dominated by one militant organization called Boko Haram. Boko Haram. Now another militant organization has come up, and that is called Islamic State of West Africa. Islamic State of West Africa. So this Lake Chad region becomes very, very important. Multiple times, okay, this is getting reported nowadays. So, guys, Boko Haram is active in Nigeria in Lake Chad region only. Boko Haram is active in Nigeria, Lake Chad region only. So this Lake Chad is a endorheic freshwater lake, and it is basically located at the junction of four countries. Which are these four countries? Nigeria, Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. These are the four countries which are surrounding the Lake Chad. So, guys, Africa lakes are in news. Multiple questions have come on Africa lake. So please have a look at it. Next, guys, EU is thinking of increasing its engagement with West Balkan countries. Okay. So, guys, there is a talk that EU membership can be enlarged to basically, okay, bring membership to Balkan countries. Which are the Balkan countries? Balkan countries are, you can see, Albania, Bosnia, Herzegovina, okay, Serbia, Kosovo, and North Macedonia. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, so this Western Balkan countries are very important. They may ask you a question. This year there was a question on EU membership. This year there was a question on EU membership. Who are the members of EU? So EU is an important topic. Right now there are 27 members of EU, and this Western Balkan states like the Albania, Montenegro, Bosnia Herzegovina, and Serbia, Kosovo, and North Macedonia, they are thinking of becoming the member of EU. Even Ukraine and, okay, uh, and Moldova, okay, they are also basically, okay, an official candidate for the membership of EU. Okay, they are also trying to become the member of EU. Next, guys, you can see, okay, there is one island which is in news. You can see here Taiwan China conflict. Taiwan China conflict. So one island which was in news is Pratas Island. Pratas, Pratas Island. Guys, there are a lot of islands which are there in news in this area. We have the South China Sea, Spratly Island and Paracel Island, and now we have the island called Pratas Island. Okay, so this is again very important. You should have a look at it. Next, guys, there is one river in the Middle East which is in news. Euphrates River. Euphrates River is a major river in West Asia, and it originates in Turkey and flows through Syria and Iraq. Okay, and joins Tigris River. Okay, and then flows into Persian Gulf. So there was a flood in this river. So they may ask you Euphrates River. Again, please prepare the map of Euphrates River. Next, guys, in Africa, okay, Central Africa, Ebola outbreak has taken place. Ebola outbreak has taken place, guys, particularly in countries like Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda. Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda. DRC is in news, guys, because of the M23 rebel also. You must be knowing, okay, the North Kivu region. Okay. Next, guys, three countries which are in news because of displacement: Sudan, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Colombia. So a lot of displacement has happened because of the, okay, fighting which is going in this country. Sudan, guys, this has been asked by UPSC multiple times. Okay, Darfur region. Okay, huge displacement of people has taken place. Okay, RSF versus the Sudanese army. Then we have the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here the M23 rebel is fighting with the army of DRC. M23 rebel is basically backed by Rwanda. So this country, and now we have the Colombia. Colombia is going through elections also. Okay, Colombia, guys, okay, there is various rebel groups, okay, particularly FARC rebel group which is active. So please prepare these three countries. A lot of displacement has happened in these countries. Next, guys, this Iran war is still going on. America has hit the Kashem Island of Iran, Kashem Island of Iran, and Iran has retaliated by attacking Kuwait and Bahrain. Guys, Iran has claimed that it has attacked the fifth base of fifth US fleet in Bahrain. So you should know all the military bases of America in the Gulf region, okay, in the Gulf region, and also prepare all the islands of Iran which are getting attacked. Okay, so one of the island is called Kesham Island. Okay, there were other islands also. You should be knowing the name of those islands. Okay, next, guys, Colombia, which is going for elections. So please prepare the country Colombia. Okay, FARC rebel, I have told you, FARC rebel, you can see here. Next, guys, okay, Russia is using Belarus to launch attack on Ukraine. So Belarus is one country, guys, which is, okay, bordering many NATO countries. Belarus is an ally of Russia. It borders many NATO countries. Which are the NATO countries which are bordering Belarus? We have the Latvia, we have the Lithuania, and we have the Poland. So this is again very important. Bordering countries of Belarus. Very, very important. Very, very important. Please have a look at it. This can be asked in prelims definitely in the coming years. Belarus. Okay. NATO countries which border Belarus is Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland. Also, guys, Ukraine has hit the nuclear plant, okay, which is in the Russia occupied Ukraine region. Okay, so guys, Russia has occupied many parts of Ukraine. One of that region is the Zaporizhia, Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. Okay, this is in news. Multiple questions have come on this Zaporizhia nuclear power plant in prelims also. I think in 2023 prelims they have asked question on this. Zaporizhia is in Ukraine, but it is now occupied by Russia. Next, guys, Ukraine has attacked illegal cargo ships in Sea of Azov and Black Sea. These are two seas which are in news in the context of Ukraine-Russia war. So Sea of Azov is bordered by Russia and Ukraine. Sea of Azov is bordered by Russia and Ukraine. It connects Black Sea via Kerch Strait. Kerch Strait is also very important. It is the shallowest sea in the world. Next, guys, polity. In polity, we have only one topic. Recently, Supreme Court has said that there must be balance between right to know and right to privacy. Guys, right to privacy has been accorded as a fundamental right under Article 21 in the famous case of Justice K.S. Puthuswamy versus Union of India in 2017. So now right to privacy is a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution. Okay, so whenever there is kind of any dispute regarding paternity, okay, of any child, then there will be a DNA test. So the Supreme Court in the previous judgment have said that we cannot go for kind of random DNA test. Okay, that DNA test cannot be a norm. Only in special cases there will be a DNA test. Okay, so um, I think this can be one question. What are the use of DNA testing? What are the use of DNA sequencing? Okay, so last year also there was a accident. Okay, aircraft accident, and there also DNA testing was basically used. Okay, so please have a look at it. Article 21 is very important. Multiple questions have come on Article 21. So guys, with this I would like to take your leave. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.